Friday night, June 20th. The seasonal stream barely running. They didn't get the rains out here like we did in town. It's a little steamy out. Shadow's trying to stay cool on shale. You staying cool there, Shadow? A lot of daylilies are in bloom now. There's just one last week. Cattail tips are starting to look like cattails. And the upper pond is holding its level good. Looks like one of the water snakes shed its skin right here on the edge of the pond. This is the lower goldfish pond, and here's another piece over here. My oxygenator is crushed by what appear to be deer based on the tracks here in the mud. Something's been on the island here. That's where the red-winged blackbird nest was, and it's all bent over. Our lilies are all gone. Something's eaten the lilies. Did the deer eat the lilies?
What makes these kind of marks?
I don't know.
Slid right in, look.
Well, I don't know. Some of these are deer track. All our beautiful lilies are gone. They've been eaten by deer or something. Just in 1 week's time, all of them. Lily blossoms floating, disconnected from their life source, in the bellies of the deer.
They're just mowing everything down.
All these plants here, most of them were eaten. They're just wild plants of some sort, but the deer sure like them. Wish we had the critter cam out. Oh well. At least the goldfish are here still. I guess deer don't eat fish. Well, I straightened up the edges of the pond that was all stepped down from the deer and the cows that had come here a couple years ago. Evened it out and installed this fence. It's basically aluminum wire that's used for electric fences, but this isn't electric. Hoping that will keep the deer from venturing in. By straightening out the banks here, it extended the pond a little bit, so there's more of a distance for the deer to get to the lilies anyway. I got to trim those weeds in the middle that are stepped down from the deer. There are a few lilies left. We actually had 2 blooming here a little while ago, and then it started to rain. There's some thunder coming in, and they closed up. Did you hear that thunder, Shadow? She doesn't like thunder, and she doesn't like guns. Diane's carrying 2 umbrellas, one for me and one for her. Here comes the rain. First day of summer. Needless to say, my back is aching from all that digging. It's hard to keep in harmony with nature, that's for sure. Sometimes very frustrating. But what can you do? This is their land too. Actually, they were here first, so we're just here temporarily. Raindrops on the daylilies. The deer haven't eaten these. Of course, we haven't fenced in, but some of them are coming through the fence. Still, they didn't eat them. I guess water lilies are their preference. It's very comfortable out here in the rain. Actually, very beautiful to watch the rain fall and the clouds move. Clouds are shrouding the mountains. This is where I dumped the wetland grasses, sod, clay, and mud from the banks of the goldfish pond that was all caved in from the deer and the cows. It was 8 hours of work today. Doesn't look like much, but must be at least 50 wheelbarrows full of wet soil.
Now she's trying to lay her eggs there.
Really?
Yeah, look at the mud.
Why there?
I don't know.
What kind of turtle is that?
Very smooth shell.
There is a egg. Look at that. There's an egg down there.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. Let her lay more eggs.
Well, here's Split Guy Turtle. We've seen him 2 times. He's a survivor. He's been on both sides of the stream.
He really gets around.
So he's okay. He's doing good. The crayfish is outside of the pond. What's he doing here?
Oh, he's a big one. Is that the same guy that was under the waterfall?
It's another guy. Man, he's big.
Is he okay?
Look at his... He's hanging on for dear life here.
Wow. Don't let him pinch you.
Foggy morning. Supposed to give way to sun a little bit later today. We'll see how long it takes the water lilies to recover. Well, looks like my new fence did the job, kept the deer out. What lilies were left have increased in population. I'm not a big fan of fences, but if it preserves our plantings and our ponds and our fish, I have no choice. The lilies have survived the deers. Look at all the blossoms, even more than before. Need a little thinning out, I guess. Time to cut down these reeds. There are 11 water lilies in bloom, and that's after the deer ate it all just a couple weeks ago. Looks like they'd like this new fish food. Summer mix. It's a little hard to see, but there's some red-winged blackbird chicks in that nest. Looks like there's 2 chicks, maybe 3 in there. They're waiting to be fed. There's the mama bird. She's bringing a bug for her babies. They're in a nest right above our door in that solar light. Sure looks different, all pruned down.